Yo! Ha! We are on season 5. It's still a little bit experimental. I still need to do some stuff. But things should be better. Hey Atsuki, how's it going? I still got some stuff I want to change. Like I noticed, for example, that Streamlabs alert doesn't exist. Hopefully that'll fix it. Hey Weeping Jay Zeolin, how's it going? Yeah, so everything should work. I want to do alert the sub thing or thing that's not changed, and this is the new like one of this. Like I'll show you later, right? I got one, so topics. We are season 5. I will also what's missing is Patreon support, but yeah, season 5 is official. Enough with season 4. Hey Sayart, what up? Kirill, how's it going? Devourer of Ghosts. Weeping Jay, big Bjorn cam. Yeah, this is gonna be like, the idea is that I have another one where I paint on, and this is like in between stuff, like if I do the topic and things like that, to make it a little bit cleaner, a little bit less messy. Hey Captain Boss, Sir Loudon, what's up? Season Captain, that's really cool. So we got Devourer of Ghosts, Season Captain. Thanks Captain Boss. Like I said, the Patreon support will come. I haven't fixed that. I also haven't fixed the sub notification or donations. You know, oh yeah, that's still season 4, but it'll change hopefully. Thanks. We got to 228 for season 4. Pretty good. Crystal Bat. All right, we got 3 suggestions. So the change is as follows, right? I have set up like this, you know, all snazzy. So I can do this and then throw, and we will see a little bit clearer. So we got 3 topics. So 1 and 2 is Devourer of Ghosts. 3 and 4 is Season Captain. 5 and 6 will be Crystal Bat. So let's do it again. Which is 2. I hear my daughter coming home. So I'm gonna need to stop or walk away soon to open the door. So Devourer of Ghosts is that's the new topic. All right, so the new thing that I've added is this. You see a little bit of a snazzy transition. I still gotta like figure some of these things out, but all in all, I'm hoping you guys don't mind me learning on the job. So slightly changed layout, but a little bit cleaner, a little bit more organized. Hopefully it'll be good. So Devourer of Ghosts. Okay, cool. I got a monster idea. I'm gonna keep my ear out for my daughter. I could hear her, I think, outside. So I might need to run off. Okay, so I'm gonna go nice and clean values and not paint or not light only today, I feel. So the idea is Devourer of Ghosts. It's like a big ogre of sorts. And he has like skeletons around his, scattered around his body, like he's collecting the remains of dead things, right? Oh, and for those who came in a little bit later, I will show you. I'll be right back. You can see it's dynamic, like latest subscriber and latest follower and total amount of followers and subscribers information there, like in the intro. So all of those are, in theory, I can swap out the images. The new intro. Oh, fancy pants. I still want to add a little bit more features and things, but I'll do that a little bit, little by little, when I have time. I didn't want to delay season 5 for too long, because I could sit and fiddle, and I don't know when I have more spare time, and it's just going to be like, you're just going to run out, you know, never happen. So I decided last night I was up till 2 and did all the intro stuff and little animations and things. But like I said, there's still some things missing that I want to add. But the idea is I'll add them like next weekend or something like that. I hope you guys don't mind not getting the complete package at once, but at least it's I noticed a bug. You see the chat underneath the cam, it disappeared. I wonder if, I mean, obviously it gets scrubbed. It gets scrubbed when I change scene. That's not good. I wonder if it's workaround around that. I gotta do some research. And so, did you enjoy? How many of you did try the gun breeder warm-up study Monday? I saw that some of you did. It was really, really cool. Some really nice results, and it seemed like a lot of you really enjoyed it. Zeolin, you liked it? Yeah, I really liked yours as well. It turned out super strange, but I think that's the cool thing about it. Like you see something and you pursue it, and you just use the power of the mind to see something that the mind fills the gaps into. Sir Loudon, underneath the stream, there's a Discord. You can please feel free to share it there, and if you want to share it with, they're doing construction. If you want to share it with the chat, please feel free to do so too, here in the chat. Hey Miguel, how's it going? I kept them both. Yeah, they're making the subscriber notification for season 5. No, it's they're renovating the flat across, and they're currently drilling or something. I don't know. It's the mating call of the Tower of Ghosts. Uh, so I've been thinking about an art book that I want to release. My biggest fear, why I haven't done it yet, is my fear of no one wants to buy it. You know, what's that? Hey, one boop. I don't do commissions for private people generally. I work for big companies usually, and I wouldn't feel okay with asking my rate of a private person. Hope you understand. So what I was saying about my art book, sorry about the drilling noises, people. Nothing I can do about it. So the art book thing I had in mind was do a creature, dark fantasy, the dark fantasy line of concepts I have. Verse and mixed in with scanned sketchbook pages of crazy monsters and characters that I've sketched in my personal art. So it's a little bit like crazy sketchbook type thing with monsters in. But like I said, I'm scared of making it because yeah, that's right. I was gonna look up a word. Like what's that? The word hybris is like that you are a little bit full of yourself, you know. Because that exists in the industry quite a lot of people thinking they are something, and then they make, you know, it ends up tanking. You know, it doesn't end up being a success. So my biggest worry is that if do I really have hybris, or will people actually buy it, or am I just full of myself trying to think like, oh, people need my art in a book, you know, a book of my own rather. I mean, my art has been in many books, but not a book of my own. And my biggest fear of why I haven't done it is just that, like, it's the imposter syndrome of like a version of the imposter syndrome. Like I don't know. It yeah. I don't know. I'm a bit worried, you know. Hey, Lumen, how's it going? Cheers, Lumen. Um, this stream is a 30-minute only stream, but it's the exact same time every day. So if you, I can kind of run you through it. So at the beginning of the stream, 10 past 9 a.m. in UK time, I ask for a topic. I roll a dice based on the chat, and I start a timer and start drawing. So today, the topic is the Devourer of Ghosts. And generally what happens is that I don't look at reference. I don't, I haven't prepared anything, you know, as it's a random topic. I mixed techniques up a little bit. Today I'm doing just kind of a exploration of the idea. So the idea I got was it's a big troll-like thing that that eats ghosts, right? And it's dying. The mouth, which it uses to eat all these dead things, are causing the mouth itself to die, and it adorns its body with the dead ghosts, or the remains of the ghosts. You know, like it incepts, like a little bit of Inception. It finds the carcass of the ghost. You know, one for the one down type thing. So that's kind of where I was going with this idea. I have no idea where it's going to lead, but sometimes I come up with a cool idea that I try to finish it on the stream as much as possible. We'll see. Oh yeah, that reminds me. I want to do a gallery slideshow with the dark fantasy stuff. Hey, non-watches. Hybris, yeah. Hubris. Kirill, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've talked to Spiridon about it many times. We all have agreed that I should make a book. But like I said, I'm just worried about, like, is it Hybris, or is it actually someone interested in it, you know? Miguel, well, true. At least I'll have a copy, right? Okay. Okay, that's something I gotta figure out how to fix. Or make sure. So that's Sir Lauden's. That looks pretty dope. Unfortunately, it doesn't really zoom in that much. Oh, there. That's pretty cool, man. I don't know why it's doing that, though. Again, something I gotta figure out. Season 5 stuff. Hey Kiwi, how's it going? What up? We could actually maybe do this and do that. Yeah. Scene 2, right? So that's the idea, is I'm gonna have like more than one scene that I can jump between for season 5. Make it a little bit more interesting for you guys to look at. Make it a little bit more presentable. But like again, I finished everything last night at 2 o'clock in the morning, so expect some growing pains. Amir, yeah, welcome to season 5. For all you new people, Sir Loudon and Kiwi and all this. This is the fourth year. I just started season 5 of daily warm-ups. And I do these warm-ups every morning at the exact same time with you guys. Every working day, mind you. I don't do weekends. So we are celebrating season 5 today. Hoorah! One warm-up for each season. Damn straight. Yeah, I have the window open, so I have a little bit of hard of seeing. Hey, none watches my work routine. Well, I am an art director or lead artist at an outsourcing studio. So what happens is after the warm-up, which is a studio-wide warm-up, which I've introduced to the company. So everyone working at the studio, when they come in the morning, they sit down and do a warm-up, meaning sketch something freely without concerns of doing mistakes, or none of it is going to be sent to any client. We're just being creative, and I chose to stream it. So after the warm-up is done, we tackle client work, straight to client work. We have a rundown of what needs to be done. If there's anyone have any questions, I usually talk to them. Talk tactics of how they want to do it, and then when they're all ready, just get to work. We have a list of what needs to be done. The company is quite self-sufficient. Like I've said before, I treat people like grown-ups at the company. I expect them to act like a grown-up, to take responsibility for themselves and their workload. I don't want to be anyone's daddy, watching over them and going like, "Hey, mister, you didn't diddly-diddly-do." That's, I'm not their parent. If they don't want to work there, there's many other companies they can go to. But in this company, it's hard work, but you get to play with the big boys, and meaning big clients at the starting gates of a lot of big projects, or for all major publishers. So we just get straight to work. Already warmed up, already ready to be creative. One thing that is really interesting with this kind of tradition of doing a warm-up is that you can experiment with technique. But what the biggest trade-off is that you remove the fear aspect. You're not scared of the white page, because you're used to just sit down and create something without pressure of performing. And it's okay to fail one day on these warm-ups, and you teach yourself that it doesn't matter. It's just a sketch. I can sketch again. I can make another one. Now I know what not to do. And if you treat your art like some sort of precious little thing that's perfect out of the gate, you're kind of blocking yourself from truly being creative and exploring ideas. So what you usually see at the studio with all these artists doing these warm-ups, you see at the beginning exactly what I explained, that they're trying to perform. And then you start seeing them ditching their already their perceived what they perceive as the route they have to take, right? The art that they have to make. And then you start seeing them experimenting with approaches, experimenting with topics, experimenting with this and that, and it's at that point you start to see evolution. And then, this is the 4th year, right? Imagine a year of daily sketching where it's just free. Every day you sketch whatever, something that's in your head, something that you've seen, something that you wanted to learn, something that's your weakness. And after a year of plugging away, that weakness is not going to be there. That knowledge that you wanted to learn is going to be in there. That technique you wanted to explore is going to be explored, and it's a painless free of charge half an hour every day, which is on work, like work hour, right? So we me and the CEO decided, okay, we're gonna give it to the artists. You know, like we are not gonna be jumping at straight to client work. We'd rather have them evolve and improve themselves, and because in the long run, they're going to be a stronger, better, more accurate artist, which is in return going to create better artwork for the clients. So if a client maybe gets half an hour less attention, that half an hour is going to be regained by accuracy and confidence and better, stronger results. So we're actually not losing time by giving the artists half an hour a day. We're actually gaining time and effort and quality. Hey Kiwi. It's a bit hard to say really like what one of my favorite things are. But lately I was watching people play God of War 4, and I helped them out with the Traveler enemy, you know, that big sword swinging armored soldier. So that is a little bit fun, because every like Let's Play YouTuber that experiences them, they see them in a different way. And that's always a bit fun, regardless of what game it is. It's always good fun to see their reaction to something that you've made, you know. But design, let's say I'm particularly proud of, like proud moment. I don't know really. A bit hard to say. A lot of work I can't talk about. But I helped, for example, Microsoft with their new Xbox Avatar remake. Many years ago, I actually helped them with it. And they showed it to, I think, a year ago or 2 years ago on E3. That was pretty cool. Like, oh, they went with my style quite significantly. Or I helped them with style exploration, and I did some final concepts for them that I think they liked, and then hired an artist to match that style, and they took over, you know. But they hired us many years ago to see what their new avatars could look like, you know, as a previous client work. Unfortunately, I can't show it. Surprise, surprise, right? I worked on so many games, Kiwi. But one fond memory was I was working with Gorilla for Horizon Zero Dawn. I helped them out with the world building at the very early stages, where there wasn't really anything. There was no tribes, no nothing, and they only knew that they wanted robots and tribes, and they had a vague idea of what these tribes should be, but none really anything boiled down. So what they hired me for initially, like a couple of days, flew me over, and I was sitting there and drawing up all these weird ideas about tribes and where they were living and why they were living and why they looked the way they did and why they hunted robot parts for the reasons that they did, and so on and so on. And a lot of the things didn't end up in the game, and probably going to be DLC, or probably going to be Horizon 2 if they're going to make it. But yeah, it was really good fun. And then later on, they hired me for a couple of more months to kind of flesh out some of these tribes that I invented. And later on, as a freelance artist, you're not involved in the daily stuff, right? So in the end, I was told that they made an art guidebook based on my concepts and references and all these things, and gave it to the concept artists on the team. So that was pretty cool. I remembered seeing the first trailer of the Horizon Zero Dawn, and going, "Oh, this is the game that they made. Oh, look, that's the tribe that I did for that. Oh, that's the concepts they used for this." And I was like looking through it, and like, "Wow, they kept this. Oh, they changed that." And it was really cool, a really fun experience to see. Like I gave them this lump of possibilities, right? And 3 years later, the trailer came, and I was like, "Hey, look!" That was really cool. Really cool. But that's like the downside of my work, is that, especially as a outsourcer, you're not involved in the nitty-gritty everyday business of developing a game, so you don't know what they're doing, and you don't know what they're performing or doing with it, and you will only see it later when they announce it, and then you'll see what's been shown rather than what's being called or what's been worked on, that's not shown to public. So that's a little bit of a shame, when you don't see the behind the door stuff, and things like that. But nevertheless, it's a cool experience to have, to see your babies act and move and perform. Same with Alien Isolation. That was also a really cool. I was doing a lot of previews for them. I was working there in-house many years ago before I left. That was the last project I worked on, and that was also really fun to see later on when they showed it on like a trailer. It's like, oh wow, that's how it ended up looking. It was really cool. Like for that game, I did lots of like co-op scenarios. I painted maybe 50 paintings based on their co-op experiences, and at that time there was no like there was no guidance, so it was more or less just draw stuff, and I just sat and drew lots of like possible gameplay scenarios. And when I drew all these gameplay scenarios, they ran them through design, and then design either incorporated them or canned them, or as you do. But one interesting thing is that I did a lot of those, and Sega at some point just snagged all of it away because it's their property, and then we switched to another project before Alien Isolation was Alien Isolation, and then they said, "Oh, by the way, go back to Alien Isolation, but you can't use any of the previous stuff that you've done." And for me, that was like a little bit weird, like a little bit fishy, like why would they do that? And what it ended up being was that they needed to ship another Alien IP game that another studio was making underneath the flag of Sega, which was Colonial Marines. I mean, that's very that game didn't review well at all. But funny enough, the first trailer of that game was like, wait a minute, like the story trailer, like wait a minute, that's my concept, that's my concept, that's my concept. So the studio had been handed a bunch of my scenario paintings, and then just said, yeah, just we gotta make this into 3D and ship the game. And so they more or less just yanked straight out my scenarios and made it into the story trailer, like story reveal trailer of Alien Colonial Marines. That was so funny. It was like, oh, that's hilarious. That was also like I wouldn't say that's a proud moment, but it was a fun moment of of the industry. All right. So, this is it. Devourer of Ghosts. Thank you very much, Zealin, was it? I don't remember. I need to fix that. But that's weird. Why is it... 1 second. I need to see... That's kind of ugly, isn't it? That the first 3 are shown, then the rest is grayed out. Anyway. Both, he ate them all. Anyways, let's find someone to raid. If you have any suggestions, shout them out. Oh, let's raid Evan. What's Evan doing? Evan is doing a really cool goblin. Evan Amundsen. Evan Amundsen. Evan Amundsen. Yep. Alright, calm down, calm down. Play that same song. Alright, so as we're gonna do it, as per usual, I'm gonna do the outro, and after the outro, take you to the raid, so don't go anywhere. Have a great day, good night if you're that part of the world. Make sure you follow, and I'm gonna be online again same time tomorrow, minus 30 minutes, so be there. Outro time and then raid, so stay tuned. A new outro, season 5 outro. Have a good one.